Good morning, everybody. Yep, we're still at the pool table, still waiting on the mail, still waiting on the UPS truck or whatever's going to bring my treasures. But we're doing okay. I just wanted to come in here and talk to you just for a minute. I've already had an exciting morning. I was just at the kitchen window, and the resident bobcat squealed at me. He was right out there outside the kitchen window. I don't know if he was saying good morning or if he was saying, I double dog dare you to come out that door and feed before daylight because I can show you who's boss in this canyon. I don't know. That's a scary squeal. It's like a scream. It's weird to even, hard to understand, to explain. Okay, I just want to come in here and talk to you just a minute about what's going on. I'm not going to do any crafty things today, but I'm going to show you a few things. I want to try to explain a couple things. Let's start with the 52 card challenge. So many of you seem like you're really having a good time with that, and I'm so glad we did that. And people are private messaging me and thanking me, and even thanking me down under some of the photos and things for starting this up. But this wasn't my idea. I looked for 2 weeks for challenges, and I was trying to find something that would run a little while because I'm busy and you all are busy, and we don't need anything that's going to make us rush. So I thought this sounded pretty easy to me for those of you that have time to do challenges and want to do challenges. But over the last few months, I've gotten quite a few, really quite a few private messages wanting us to do challenges. We've done a few before the COVID, the pandemic. But people are wanting to do some challenges again and even some swaps and the Happy Mail and the racks and all that. Well, Debbie Lamberth has the list there for the names and addresses, so you can do the Happy Mail and the racks just anytime you want. Anybody, I guess, that is in there is willing and able and wants to take part in that type thing. So the addresses are there, and if you can't find them, just make a little post and tag Debbie. I think they're under files. I'm not real up on that. That's why I asked for Debbie to help me with it if she would, because she knows a little bit more about computers and the backbones of it and all that than I do. So she's been really good at that kind of thing, and our good mornings and good evenings and all that. Oh my gosh, she's a treasure. But so if you have a problem with the addresses, you want to do something for somebody, and you can't find them, just tag Debbie and she'll point you right to them. So that's the racks and the Happy Mail. Or if you just want to send a card or something to somebody, some little something, that's okay. If you have time to do that, that is okay. I get quite a few cards and things in the mail, and I hate it because sometimes I forget to mention it, and sometimes I forget to post a picture. Most times I forget. But my days are just so full. But anyway, that's the way it is with the racks and the Happy Mail. If you want to do that, go for it, because there's a list of a whole lot of women that want to take part in that kind of thing. You can be pen pals. We are really pretty thick in our little group. We're a very active group. Some of the groups you'll click on and they may have 5 or 10 posts a day, but you click on ours and you've got 50, 75. We're a very chatty bunch, but and most of us are very busy. But we just jump back and forth as we can. I'm hardly ever on the computer after about 7 o'clock in the morning, but I do jump in for just 2 or 3 minutes, 2 or 3 or 4 times a day if I can. And then I check back right before I turn the desktop off about 6 or 7 p.m. and see if I have anything that needs my attention right then, and I see to that then. Okay, so that's with that. But the 52 card challenge, people have really, really, really loved the 52 card challenge. Most have. So we're going to continue with that. I am not going to take part in the challenge myself. I'm going to oversee the challenge. We will have a new challenge each week starting on Monday. If you don't get it done by Friday night, that's fine. We will have a show and tell over the weekend, every weekend. And I have just seen some amazing cards this weekend. It has just been so nice to see what you all have done. And you've done such good jobs. And some of the things I'm thinking, oh my gosh, they have a creative mind. Do they know that? Because they've done such a great job with just a little card and some paper and some fabric. And that's what we do with these journals. So we're going to keep this up. I just do not have time to take part. I wanted to do the 52 card thing because that is pretty simple and it doesn't take too awful long. My first one, I think. This is my first one that I did. And, whoops, the lighting is not going to be good up here till I get set up in the other room. But that took me about 30 or 45 minutes. But, 30 or 45 minutes is a lot of time out of a day that's already overpacked. And I don't know how I get in these messes, but I do. That's one of the things I'm best at, getting in messes. But getting myself overwhelmed. But anyway, I want you all to keep on doing it. I want to keep the 52 challenge in the group, and I want to run it through the year if you all hold your interest. But I just can't take part. I'm not going to do a card. I'm not even going to have one Monday morning. But you all will be given an idea, a theme for next week. And, there's no hassle. If you can't get it done, you can't get it done. Nobody understands that more than me. We're just going to see what we can do with this. And then we'll have show and tell next weekend and the weekend after and the weekend after, Lord willing, and see where we go with it. So we'll have instructions on next week's card Monday morning. And I don't know if that'll be a video or if that will just be a post on the page, but whether it's a video or not, there will be a post on the page with instructions. So look for that Monday morning by 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, on the calendar. I don't want to do the calendar. I tried it last year. Nancy Glazer had me so excited about the calendar because she is really good at that. And let me show you. Hold on. Oh, where in the world is it? I must have taken it downstairs. I'll show it to you in the morning. I did work on the inside page. It doesn't look like anything. I mean, I just don't have my heart in these challenges. My heart is in making the books. I'd like to do some craft with me videos. I'd like to do a couple, one or two a week. And I would like to do some tutorials. I want to show you how I coffee dye my paper because I get so many messages from people that are really trying and they're just not getting it right. And, I'm even going to try to have some little bundles to sell if you want to buy the paper. And I've been looking on Etsy because so many people do that, sell their paper that is coffee dyed or tea dyed or even colors or whatever. I'm not into color. But I have been looking on there to see how they charge and all that, and it will be very reasonable and affordable if you want to do that. If I can get to it. I'm always saying I'm going to do something, and then I just feel overwhelmed because I've got myself too obligated. So if I can do that, I'm going to do that. I'm in the process now of putting together some little bundles that, if I get them done, will go be offered next week, and that will be some little Valentine bundles if you want to do a couple of little Valentine books, and they will be very reasonable and everything will be in your packet. But if I can get to that, I will. If I can, I'm not going to worry about it. But back to the calendars. Anybody that wants to keep on doing the calendars, just please keep on doing them. If you have a problem with it or need some advice, just post and tag Nancy Glazer because she is so good at that. And there are some others that may be good at it too, but I've come to really know Nancy, and I know she really works at these things almost daily, and if not daily. So I'm sure she could answer any questions that you might have. So continue with the 52 card challenge if you want to. We're going to have show and tell every week. We're going to have a theme every week. We're going to have something to do every week with the 52 card challenge. I'm going to oversee it. I'm just not going to be making the cards. The calendars, we're going to continue with the calendars through 2021. If you want to do the calendar challenge, you can do it with a book, with a calendar, whatever you want to do. You can make up your own calendar from scratch, just like a wall calendar. Whatever you want to do, the sky's the limit. We will have show and tell on that at the end of each month. And if you want to, show us what you've done with your calendar at that time. Okay, let's see. What else? What I really want to do, This is just some things off of my fridge. Things that friends have sent me. I just grabbed 2 or 3 when I went down there. I should have grabbed the book, but I didn't. That people have sent me, and if they didn't have magnets, I put magnets on the back, and because I like stuff like that on my fridge. But what I really want to do myself is to spend my time on the books. This is a book that I'm working on for Tanya, and it's almost done. It doesn't look like it is, but it is if I'll just get my act together and get busy on it. But this is what is called the Comfy Cozy books, and no page is finished in this book. So there is still tons of work to do, but this is what I love to do. This is where my heart is. And I can sit down with this for 30 minutes and really make a little bit of headway on the pages that are already started, or even start a page with the fabric and all that. But that's what I love to do. This is one that she also has bought, and it will go out with the other one, and it's done. It's ready to go. That's just some little treasures I stuck in there for her. But this is the nature book that I put together, and it's just, I didn't know whether to sell this book or keep it because I loved it so much. But, it's got some treasures in there. Look at that envelope. I mean, good heavenly day. Look at that. There's a piece of white thread out of nowhere. But this is just, there's a treasure trove of stuff in this book. It's just amazing. So, and that is where my heart is. I love to create and design and then bring it to reality. I like to show people how to do things and help people do things. I'm not a competitive person at all. If I can do anything and I can show you how to do it, I will be right there. I said that the other day. So don't ever worry or hesitate to ask me a question about how I do something, because if I can tell you or show you, I will do it. I don't care. We can all be given a little book, same size, very identical books, the very same supplies, and every single one of us will have totally different books, because it's the way our creative minds work. So there's no competition here. There's no jealousy here. As far as I'm concerned, there's no reason for it, because we can all do the very same thing, and 12 of us could have the very same thing, supplies, everything, and have 12 books that not a one of them look anything like the other book. So there's nothing to worry about here. Don't ever hesitate to ask a question or how I do something. I'm anxious to get into the tutorials. If that doggone stuff will just come in the mail. And if I do these packets, they're going priority mail. So, I'm going to mark them down reasonable enough to account for the priority mailbox. And then you should have them in 2 or 3 days. So I think that's it. I thought I'd just do, I'd like to maybe once a week do kind of a visit with Grandma and just talk about what we've done the week before, what's coming up in the next week. Just anything. You might hear about my bobcat, our resident bobcat, my deer, my turkeys, what I'm cooking for dinner or supper, or what we had last night. Just anything. It's a visit with Grandma. So I was looking at this little book yesterday afternoon when my husband had, I've got 2 books like this. I forget what the other one was. Should have brought it upstairs. But it's just a treasure trove of stuff. Gardening ideas. Let's see if I can get it in the frame there. It's talking about all different kind of flowers. The other one talks about how to make teepees in your garden and all that. I'm going to have a big teepee in my garden because I have Cherokee, and me and my husband's always teasing me about being part of a Cherokee tribe. So there's a lot of good things in the book, but what I did find was a reading in the book, and I wanted to read that to you before we wrap it up for today. And it says, this is so me, because I'm like, I just can't stay focused. I love to work. I get up between 3 and 4 every morning of the world, 7 days a week. I just naturally wake up. I haven't set alarm in years, but I wake up and I get busy. And I don't sit down unless my husband asks me to come in and sit down to watch something if he happens to be in the house. He's only in the house on really bad weather days. He works in the workshop all the time. He is obsessed with making stuff. It doesn't matter if it's a birdhouse, a table, doesn't matter. He's made lamps like you would not believe, and I'll do that one day for a video. After I get my spring cleaning done, I'll just kind of take you on a little tour and show you some of the things he's made. He's made our bedroom furniture, and it's like Paul Bunyan. The posts on that bed are as big around as my thigh. So anyway, so he's always out there. So when he wants me to come and sit down, I do. I come and sit down. But I was sitting down yesterday afternoon with him. We were just talking about all the horrible things that's happened this week, and then we were upset about our local car lot burned down, and we'd just been up there to talk to him about a car because we gave our car to our daughter because hers broke down 4 or 5 times really, but the last time it broke down on our bridge that spans the Ohio River, and I mean, that was a life-threatening situation, and it just terrified me. I cried and cried and cried. And so I told her, I said, we're not going anywhere anyway. Let's just give her our car, for goodness sakes. And we'll worry about a car when the pandemic is over, and maybe I can go junking or do something. So he said, okay, yeah, we can do that. So we gave her our car, and then 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, I don't know what, he said, let's ride up to Bob Harper's and kind of put a bug in his ear that we're going to be looking for a car when the weather breaks, and kind of give him an idea of what you want, because when he goes out to these car sales and things, he looks for what we want. He is just a super friend of Geezer's, and he really has helped us find exactly what we want. We've always bought all of our cars from him, all of our lives. So he's just a wonderful person, but his whole thing burned down a couple nights ago, and I mean burned down to the ashes on the ground. Lost a lot of cars. So I don't know, ours is probably on hold right now because Geezer likes to deal with him, and that's okay. But where did I go? See, that was I was on a really good path, and I saw a rabbit, and I was off on that rabbit trail. That's where I was going with it. I can't stay focused. I have a terrible time. I'll get 9 things going during a day, but when the day is done, boy, and we sit down, everything is in its place. Everything's got a place, and it's in its place. Everything's in order. It looks neat and tidy. All my little lights are on. My little night lights all over the house. I love that. But I love neat and tidy. We cannot work our best with a cluttered mind. Clutters our mind. So we have to, if we can and we care, we need to try to keep our workspaces organized. And I'm the world's worst about that because, oh my gosh, I told my husband the other day, I said, if I would die before I clean this room up, I would have to come back. I would have to make a deal with the Lord and say, Lord, I got to go back. Midnight shift is fine when nobody will know I'm there, but I got to clean that room up because I don't want anybody going in there cleaning it up and fussing about me. But anyway, so I can't stay focused. See, but I found this little poem in this book, and I'm going to read this book. So I'm going to read it to you now, and it's about staying focused. And it says, I meant to do my work today, but a red bird chirped, and I was off to play. Then a butterfly waved as it passed by, and I was so happy I almost cried. The wind was swirling right through my hair, and I knew work was waiting, but I just didn't care. The grasses were waving, and the sun was so bright. It was just a super, most beautiful sight. So work, maybe tomorrow. Yes, that's what I'll do, and maybe work in a little more play for me, too. So that's it. That's the way it's going to be today. I'll have something for you tomorrow. Don't know if it'll be a video. That's on a Monday, the 11th. I don't know if it'll be a video or a post. I hope to do a video, but we'll just have to see. More to come. Stay tuned. If you're not a member of Junk Journals from Grandma with Love, I hope you'll go over on Facebook, find us Junk Journals from Grandma with Love. Click to join our group. We're a fun group. We are having so much fun, and if you're not a member of our group, you're missing it. Also, click to subscribe to this channel if you will. I'm trying to grow this channel, and your help is much appreciated. Click the like button, leave a comment below. Tell me some of the things that you would like to see. What are some themes you would like for the 52 card challenge? What are some themes you would like us to do? I think I have next week's picked out, but if I get a better idea on the comments below, we may go with that. I think I have an idea for tomorrow's, next week's theme. But just tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about the challenges. Do you like challenges? Do you not like challenges? Do you have time for challenges? Do you not have time for challenges? Okay, that's it. That's really it this time. It's a wrap. Gonna go, it's not light yet, so I'm gonna wait just a little bit because I don't know if the old bobcat is out there just waiting for me. So the deer, I'm sure, are. The turkeys will be there soon. As soon as it starts breaking day, they'll be everywhere. Squirrels will be everywhere. But I don't want to deal with the bobcat. So that's it. I'm going to get busy, do something. I'm working on the bundles. I've already been working on them just a little bit this morning. I may throw in the towel on that. I don't like to do that, but I get sidetracked. So we'll see where that goes. But I am going to be working on Tanya's books. This one is ready. This one is about to be ready soon. And then I'll start right on another one because I have several people wanting the Comfy Cozy books. And it gets a clothespin right across here with a bow. A very distressed clothespin. In fact, they look like this to start. Just a blonde clothespin. But I have to soak them and soak them and soak them and soak them in strong coffee and then bake them and bake them and bake them. So there's a lot of work to all of this, but this is going to be an absolutely breathtaking book when it's done, and the others after it will also be. Okay, that's it. I'm promising you this time. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all so much, and I love you all.